Hello and welcome to a quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, of a game from Steam Next Fest, I think. And also for a visual novel. That being, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, Major Minor 2.0. A game that I guess is a rework of Major Minor, a game I did a Let's Play of. I'm gonna go on a whole diatribe about that at like the end of this video in 30 minutes. So if you're gonna listen to that, skip ahead to that. We're gonna do the thing that might be the same as the game. I have no idea what's different besides I guess the engine. That's pretty much all I know. I have to see. New. This music does bring me back though. I did that Let's Play series twice. Because the first time I got the, not good ending, and the second time I got the good ending. We'll talk about that. Anyways, wait a minute. Where am I? Just a moment ago, I was on a bullet train, but this? No. This isn't possible. I'm suspended in the cosmos. As if to contradict that, however, I'm able to breathe without issue. I try to focus on that in an effort to combat the rapid beat in my heart. 1, 2, 3. Also, I'll go over the story as well. Pretty much the entirety of it. But all of a sudden, I feel a hand rests on my shoulder. Locking up in fright, I don't turn to face them. Instead, they step into my view. Welcome to the Ark. So, I noticed that they have the characters bouncing like they did in Komorebi, but it doesn't seem like they talk. Oh, and I can also make them move. Please, do not be frightened. I'm here for your safety. This is a special place, you see, for those touched, and shackled to the chains of fate. A place for those to change reality into something more, to make the universe and those in it bend to their will. He places a hand on his chin, like he's lost in thought. Pardon my ignorance, but instant, I can read. But if you're so important, perhaps you could introduce yourself? Let's see. No, wait, was this the thing? It was either this or you name yourself what the character's named as, which I can't remember. Let's just say Clace. Clace, It's not a very powerful or meaningful name, but I suppose those values have yet to be imparted. Either way, the pleasure is mine, and not only that, but deed is done, In giving me your name, your service is pledged, both to me and to the Ark. But this is no cause for concern. All I ask is that you make use of your newfound power, for through your pledge, you are now the artifact of reality. While the universe once shaped you, it is now yours to it is now the opposite. Like, I can read, seriously. Sorry, I'm tired. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, Clace. On the contrary, circumstance is now a victim of you. I fail to understand what he's saying. This all feels so wrong. I shouldn't be here. As if, to make it that a reality, I start to feel things fading away. Interesting. You wish to leave. As I said, reality now bends to your will. He smiles, implying that he's not offended by my desire to escape. Don't worry. In time, I will find you. When I do, perhaps we can pick up where we left off. I don't know why, but as I fade away, I reach out to him. Perhaps I'm scared that nothing waits me when I disappear. But then he's gone. Nothing remains except for the memory of my ephemeral visit. And that's the end of the demo. Da, 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 da. Though I do kind of want to re-download Major Minor. I don't know why there's like 2 Major Minors. I just download one of them, and then take a quick look at it at the end of this thing. And maybe reset my face. A handsome devil. A moment later, I feel a rush of speed as a familiar sight greets me. It's almost like my spirit momentarily left my body, and only now returned. Who was that man? What was the arc? I have the most overreactive imagination. I scratch my head in a state of confusion, writing off as a dream. If I want to shake it off, I should go around, ground myself in reality. No, who would want to do that? In my current surroundings, the noises, the people, the sound of the train moving forward to Tokyo. Previous anxiety is almost immediately replaced by excitement. Honestly, this had been a destination on my bucket list for an eternity, and it was going to kick off what would surely be the best year of my life. A few glances are directed towards me as my excitement takes physical form. I shake visibly. I try to shrug it off as I grip the energy drink in my hand, a can of Pop Star. It was far and away the best one on the market, and gave me a fierce addiction. Can't help, man. But it was worth it, because my addiction helped me win a contest. 2 cans were hidden in the world, granting whoever found it a life of luxury, the chance to tour with a world-famous pop star, and the man behind the drink itself. I guess temporarily a life of luxury. Ooh. His name was Clace, like me. And in case you're wondering, yes, I am a winner. Yeah, the media called us the Lucky Two, but I have yet to meet the second winner. I was making my way downtown, walking fast, changing lanes. Way to the meeting spot, where I'd assume it would all come together. The situation actually reminded me of those golden tickets in the old childhood stories. I imagine there would be a bunch of media swarming me, and I might even become a public figure. That thought fills me with anxiety. Before my mind takes over, I'm interrupted. Someone walking down the aisle has a nasty fall. They brace the descent and land on the seat beside me. Clumsy might be an understatement, but I'm not about to judge. And he's also bouncy too, and blue. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I nod. It's no big deal, but I think for a moment before speaking my next words. Okay, so it seems like they changed the, you only get 2 dialogue thingies with a bunch of things. It's fine. Hold on. I'm gonna fall for you next. So it's like, what's up? Love, punchy, and that. I guess that's different. Whoa, of all people, I fumble in front of a sweet talker? Talk about a bad first impression. I'm not this clumsy, I swear. Also, you're a fraud. He blushes and rubs the back of his head, making his embarrassment super clear. But in reality, I swear I can read. Game Wolf, read words before you say stuff. I haven't really been on a train like this before. I'd say it makes me nervous, but it's way worse than that. Yeah, I don't think I've been on public transportation in a long time. I live in America. I can tell that he's nervous due to the fact that he's shaking, and for some reason I said that out loud. Well, we're gonna die. As if to worsen his anxiety, a loud emergency alert comes from the train. It's clearly an alarm. Some sort of mechanical failure makes us come to a stop. Maybe they'll add voice acting later. Oh no. He covers his face with his hands, clearly in the midst of panic. I'm not ready to die. Dramatic. I give him a soft nudge and tell him that everything's fine. It's likely something they'll fix in a matter of minutes anyway. But I'd hate to be late for the upcoming meeting. It wouldn't be a good look to win the contest and then be late for pickup. Almost like it's instinct. I pull out my phone and start to pass the time. Seriously, it's, not our fault. A moment later, however, it buzzes. A text from one of the contestants' coordinators. It's pretty particular how I got a text from them the moment after thinking about all this. Thoughts of reality and bending the universe to my will flood my mind. Let's enter the will to an orgy. Just saying. But I push them aside in order to answer the text. Are you almost there? I can't wait all day, you know. Bitch. It's Rook. I'm supposed to meet him at the train station. He's wondering where I am, and I'm not sure what to say. Do I play it cool, or do I let him know that we've stalled? Apparently, I think it's like, say, not much longer now is the good option, or the make him like you more option. Not much longer now. Good to hear it. Don't keep me standing here any longer than you have to. He seems happy with my response, even if he's a bit of a jerk. I slide my phone back into my pocket and look over at my new friend. Interesting. He's also texting away. So in the previous game, or unmake, or redo, or whatever, you have like a relationship system, but it only just makes it like gives them points for different dialogue. You don't actually romance anybody, but then it's like, the other thing is, you gain points by picking seemingly random options, which, at least to me, which either gives you the good ending or the choice to get a good ending or the not good ending. But, you know, if you get them through one playthrough, it keeps for the next playthrough. So, yeah. It's just kind of weird that it's like, oh, it's instead of going to the cafe, which you planned before, you go to the arcade, which gives you a point. It's like, okay, that's seemingly random. Guess small talk is out of the question for now. I decided to let him finish and continue our interaction when he's ready. Well, as fun as awkward silences are, we should probably get to know each other, right? Especially if we could be stuck here forever. Oh, how fun that would be. Ooh. Let's get things started. You can call me Kia, or Keela. I'm here to... Well, I'm here to see some friends. What about you? What brings you to these parts? I'm about to respond, but I kept myself off as well. Memories of signing an NDA started to fill my head. I was sworn to secrecy. But I don't think telling Keela would cause any harm. In fact, it might impress him and make him like me more. If that's something I want. Nope. Sorry, I can't tell him here. Secret agent. Wow, a secret agent alert. I mean, I've had to say that sometimes in my previous job. Reasons. A couple of people look our way. That definitely was less than an ideal response. I get though, privacy is important stuff. Far less of that is needed by it. Sorry, it's I type. I don't know why I'm so poopy. I'm glad. I'm just here to visit my brother. Sus. I thought he was here to visit friends. A bit odd to change the story. At least it stands out as odd to me. He's been looking forward to this trip for ages. Personally, I'm more excited to hit up a maid cafe. Hey, maybe you and I should go to one together. Get this new friendship up to a good start. I'm feeling it. I'd love to. Awesome. Then let's keep in touch. I've been looking online and found some of the best cafes. Obviously, Akihabara is home to a lot of them. Before I can respond, the train starts moving again. Everyone is a bit shaken by the sudden movement, except for Keela. He beams with a wide smile, as if this was some sort of major victory. Wow, I was scared of nothing. That didn't last long at all. Oh, you'll be scared of some things in the near future, just saying. This is anime. We both sit, satisfied that our journey is continuing, but for some reason, I keep replaying things in my head. The matter with the NDA, the maid cafe business. For some reason, I keep down myself, and my own mind. It's definitely because I had the dream I had, the arc, or whatever. If I was really in charge of reality, though, I wouldn't be on this train. I'd be rich, famous, and living the life of luxury. That should be proof enough that it was some kind of stupid dream. Yeah, dozed off in the train and had a silly dream. That's all. There's no way it was real. At that exact moment, a harsh pain attacks my chest. Oh no, I'm having a heart attack again. More pain than I've ever felt before. It's unbearable. It pulses through my body in time with my heartbeat. I go to clutch my gut instinctively, only to find out I have no gut. I can't move. Everything around me seems to have frozen in place. I start to panic. Like before, I try to focus on my breathing. But I can't breathe either. I have no idea what's going on, but I can feel it. That hand on my shoulder, as if here to save me. The man from the Ark steps onto view once more. Oh no. Nice to see you again, Clace. I didn't mean to scare you away like last we met. When reality bends your will, though, I'm not surprised that you left. Such places can chip away at even the strongest wills with ease. I could tell that you were conflicted, though. You think that everything you saw was a dream, yet now your dream stands before you. Will? I mean, yes it is, Daddy. I am real. The Ark is real, and the power you've been given, more real than you can imagine. However, you will be asked to help me. Think of it as a trade for your newfound ability. Later tonight, I'll find you again and explain everything. That is when your journey will truly begin. I immediately shot back to my own reality, or at least the reality that I'm comfortable with. But now, I know one thing's for sure. That really happened. The Ark wasn't a dream. I really was given this power by a mysterious man who is sexy. The confusion only serves to heighten my anxiety. It's like millions of voices are in my head. Well, they're trying to make sense of what happened, and quickly failing. No one would believe me. I was alone in all of this, and it felt awful. Sorry. I guess, it was kind of weird. I was, starting to do this, and oh, no, I'm getting all sleepy. Hey, are you coming? Well, maybe I'm not entirely alone. Keela stands before me, his luggage in tow, but I notice that I'm also standing up. Huh. I have no recollection of the rest of our trip. It's almost like my body was moving by itself, or something. This could definitely be problematic. I disregard it and follow Keela. Did I say something wrong? I really need to watch my mouth. Don't worry, I'll watch it for you. Please don't, your voice is cute. Whoa, got a real smooth talker here. I don't mind the flattery, so please feel free to keep it up. The door of the train slides open, and everyone starts to scurry out. I'm a little thankful that Keela wanted to leave with me. I'd hate to be alone. Yeah, alone and confused. In a foreign country? That's a bad combo. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Any chance I had of enjoying the day was... Sorry. All these reading odds are hitting me all at once. It's like, bugger, I hate when this happens. Are now completely destroyed. Especially now that I knew that the man from the Ark could be visiting me tonight, or would be. Whatever journey was about to begin, it was clearly far from the one I envisioned. Now I really wonder what all these choices have anything to do with the upcoming story, because on the one hand, it could be like, hey, there's actual changes to the story. Where it's like, you can romance people, or, I don't know, something. Or if it's just going to be like, I don't know, here's more dialogue choices, but everything's the same. I would like to romance some people, just saying. Meanwhile, in the courtrooms of Terra, it was a planet far from Earth, yet closer than any could possibly imagine. Its fateful link to other worlds was both its only hope and potential cause of destruction. Citizens of Terra, please welcome Lord Plar, front runner of the position of mayor, and soon your future king. As his humble servant, I can promise one thing. He will lead Terra forward to a new age of prosperity for all of us. Blair steps forward, motioning a servant to step aside. Oh, Riley, let me speak of this prosperity of my own. Every single Terran must be aware of the stakes, our impending doom. Forgive me, I did not mean to speak for you, especially not in front of all these people. I have no ill will, Riley. Remember, we are all in this together. As Terrans, our unity and world must be placed above all else. Of course, my lord. Riley retreats to a seat, and player gestures broadly towards the audience. It's weird that it's also in a courthouse. And, not on the streets, just saying. If he's doing, politics stuff. We have given ourselves a certain reputation that is one of clarity, even to those from other worlds. But this reputation and charity, has started to fault us. Countless people now seek our handouts and our refuge. It's gotten to the point where we can no longer feed our own. Terrans starve and die to serve the needs of others. If we keep this up, we will become naught but a husk of our former glory. Our King Velasquez knows this all too well, yet takes no action. If elected, I will close off Terra to other worlds. It's time that we look to ourselves. Don't you agree? The audience indeed agrees, with scattered cheers and applause. And he calls himself the Immortal King. If he truly lived for millennia, he would have some common sense. Unfortunately, that seems to be in short supply these days, especially with his allies. My common sense tells me one thing. Our severance is key. Every off-worlder we accept is another stroke on the canvas, one that paints us as lax and force charity through word of mouth. If elected, I would devote myself to a border wall, a beautiful wall that other worlds will build. I'll devote myself to this cause. Terra's independence will lead us all to a brighter future, a future that cannot be achieved by our current king, Velasquez. He takes a step back, and Riley approaches the podium once more. Here you have it. We desire Terra's independence. I can already tell that some of you are famished and weak. Do you like the fact that an off-worlder has access to more food than you? The audience objects, clearly behind player's cause. If he became the mayor, which is kind of funny, mayor instead of king, then the next step would be king. And with him as king, Terra would no longer be a world of handouts. Charity begets charity, and our altruism becomes a curse. Velasquez has made us victims of our own public image, like all things, it cannot last forever. Before we end this rally, are there any questions? Almost like they're waiting, someone immediately steps forward. A twink. I have something to say, sir. Very well. It is kind of funny, spoiler alerts, but at the end of this game, when this guy is no longer in the station, he's still wearing rags. It's like, this person works for people of some, high stuff, trying to keep it less spoilery, but it's like, yep, he's still in rags. He has rags on shirt and a rope for a belt. He steps back, once more, making way for player. What is it, my child? Child, do not make me laugh. I am not one of your mindless followers. The problem isn't King Velasquez. It solely lies in the greed of the people like you. People who hoard food and wealth and claim short supply. What are you implying? I kind of figured you'd be able to pick on that. As smart as you claim you are, you definitely are falling short. You don't care about the starving people. If you opened your gates, you could feed almost everybody. What you truly care about is the dilution of Terra's legacy. Some twisted belief that Terrans are greater than others, that this world has some greater purpose or destiny. You only want to keep off-worlds away. In order for us to remain afloat, we must ration our resources. Close enough Terra will achieve this, and put us on the right track. Like I said, opening our gates will achieve it too. If what you say is true, that take us to your place and hold a feast. Everybody, I can assure you that you're not being lied to. These baseless accusations have no merit. I would never keep food for my people. The crowd starts to chatter, clearly invested in the drama. What if I had proof? Impossible. Possible, trust me. Your servant, Kabu, has told me everything. He gave me a particular shipping manifest, and it spoke of it for itself. Your state hoards food, enough to feed all of us who are starving. What? Kabu steps forward, taking over the conversation. Another twink, in rags. I can confirm everything that Kalen has said. Kabu, what are you saying? I used to think that Lord Player was a friend. Even though I'm not from this world, he treated me with care. There was time when he even considered me his son. I still do. Please, stop this nonsense. It's not nonsense. Over the years, I've seen Player get more and more bitter. He simply hates off-worlders, and once I'm gone from Terra, it's so bad that he even resorts to awful schemes and tactics to achieve this. This manifest proves how much food you're hoarding, but you're not only doing it in the name of creating an artificial shortage, one they can conveniently blame on others and fuel your campaign. A tithe on the upper class, that's all we need, then everybody would be fed, and we'd all be happy. That's what votes for Velasquez will get you. Here's the continued reign of our immortal king, the only man wise enough to see Terror's rotten core. Place the manifest down on the stand in front of him. I'll leave this here for anyone to see, or everyone, and with that, I rest my case. He steps back and raises his arms in surrender. Kalen does the same. It seems their interruption had come to an end. Riley, please convince everybody of the truth, and guards, detain those men. Yep, rich people do that. Do-do-do. We can go for a wee bit longer. As soon as we exit the train, I notice how empty the station is. That's a little odd. For some reason, I thought it'd be busy. So this is it, huh? I kind of picture something different. Something more grand and awe-inspiring. Oh well, it's my fault for getting my hopes up. When you do that, you can only be let down in the end. Awfully pessimistic. Hey, pull out your phone. We should exchange contacts before we forget. I'll make sure to keep in touch about those maid cafes. I'm trying to find some of the best. Don't want to waste any time, right? I nod. It sounds good to me. Having a friend in a place like this would be invaluable. Though I think we'd be a bit busy, with the contest. We both pull out our phones and exchange our information. He looks very happy, so I can only offer him a smile in return. Thanks, I'll be sure to keep in touch. I shake his hand, and then he scurries away. I scan my surroundings and wonder where I'm supposed to go. Rook was probably waiting for me, but I wasn't quite sure where he was. I start to wander around, but that quickly comes to an end. After a few moments walking, I bump directly into someone else. It's a woman, and she looks a little taken back. I apologize endlessly. Mommy. Hey, watch where you're going. I could say the same to her. Obviously I don't. I yield immediately to Mommy. I tell her that I'm a foreigner, and a little lost. Oh, a foreigner? So am I. But I'm no concierge. Yeah, okay. So I can't be of much help. You should probably check at the atrium for assistance. She points towards a large open area. I guess that's good enough landmark to start with. After thanking her, I start to follow her directions. But almost immediately, I feel a grip on my shoulder. Oh no, I hope it's not who I think it is. Since I can move, I turn around to find out. Hey. You were talking to yourself? Are you really that lonely? Yes. I'm extremely relieved. It must be Rook. For a moment there, countless possibilities ran through my head. And, just for full disclosure, none of them were very good. Okay, it just kind of froze for me. Like, I can keep can I click away or something like that? Like, it's not OBS, like, nothing's changing here. What is it, window capture? Oh, right, I can't save. I mean, I guess that's gonna be the end here. Though I am kind of curious how far it goes in. Ooh, no, that's the wrong game. I am kind of curious how far it gets into it. Boop. Back into it. There's probably no loady load. Oh, wait. No, it is here. Okay, cool. It did save, somehow. So, yeah. I mean, it isn't like my thing for... I was kind of hoping it would be just me and you. Just kind of want to see how far this goes. So, as we're speeding along, like... I'll go here... Or I'll open that up when I start talking, when I'm finished talking about it. So when it's here, I'm going to start talking about, you know, how I feel about this game and the end, like the synopsis, and when this is up, I'll, you know, conclude it. So as I give you some moments to, you know, pause it or mute it or whatever, so that I can, you know, let you guys cover your ears in case you really want to listen to this game and stuff like that. So, how I felt about Major Minor. If I had to make a list of furry visual novels from my favorite to least favorite, favorite being at the top, least favorite being at the bottom, it would be near the bottom, truth be told. Mainly because the story feels very disjointed, where it would be like, we're here, and then we're going to be going somewhere else where somebody's going to talk about religion for some reason, and then we're going to be over here where somebody's going to be talking about, I don't know, something else, and then we're going to go to some other place, and then it's like, okay, how do I title this video? This guy talks to this guy, there's religion, fuck, I don't know, like, it's very disjointed. And then, to get the good ending, you need to get points. How do you get those points? You can pick the right dialogue options. How do you pick the right dialogue options? Maybe there's some way of doing it, but for me, I couldn't figure it out. I didn't look too hard, but you just think it would be like, oh, it'd be these things. I guess it's like, here's stuff about physics or something, I don't know. But basically, it's like, you get points, and if you have enough, you get to choose whether or not you get the good ending, where, you know, the worlds come together, or if, you know, you're forced into the bad ending, where you don't, where all the worlds stay separate. But those points, you know, carry over, so you can choose different dialogue options for the good ending, and it's like, I don't know, it's just kind of like weird. So I did 2 Let's Plays of that, and then, like, I'm glad I did play the game, because it's like, okay, this game has definite connections and stuff to Winds of Change, which is probably one of my favorite ones. And it's like, here's like direct connections, and then here's these references, like here's these people that you temporarily see, and there's the hoe. He's a cute little puppy, but then when you see the because I think some or maybe all these people are like actual characters taken from like people's thing. The person that has that character has lots of sexy things on commissions. Oh, I do too. It do be like that. Is there anything else I would want to say about this game? Or at least the previous one? I don't know. How far does this demo go? This music, I think so? No, maybe it's the same one. Okay, I'm just gonna bring this up here so that people can, like, if they see that there, then, you know. Oh. I didn't actually talk about the ending of the game. Shoot. Okay, so if you brought this up and saw this, I'm gonna start talking about the plot of the game anyways. So, you know, you can read it again. So it's basically, you're the chosen one. Though, you know, most games like these, you are the chosen one. But you're basically reliving time, just like in Winds of Change. I mean, the games have been out for a while. And so you can get energy, so you can defeat the big bad, who's also gotten energy and stuff like that. And there's also midnight murders and stuff. Wait, are we forced to the maid cafe? Maybe it's because we said we should go to the maid cafe with him. Yeah, there's an election, but yeah, there's a big bad that we won't meet until, like, maybe halfway through the game, and then meet ourselves proper until, like, 80% in the game. Okay, I'm gonna put this back up, so I can be like, hey, I ain't gonna talk about any spoilers anymore. Hyena? Hyena. I think it's like most of this music in this game is from, like, free musicware, I think. Because when I was looking for ODST of this game, it's like, oh, it has music from just a whole bunch of, like, from, like, a bunch of different games, because it's like, you know, I get it's Clace's first thing. I mean, fair enough, I've never done a visual novel, but it's also like, you know, going from Major Minor to Winds of Change, that was a big fucking step up. Because here it's, you know, a model that only has one sprite. I mean, yeah, there's tons of models, but they only got one thing. And in the next game, they have, like, most of them have different, you know, sprites per character. Also, you know, the story, I think, is better, and, you know, it seems a lot more straightforward. There doesn't seem to be a lot of, and we're here now, and then we're there now, and then we're over here now, kind of thing. And of course, voice acting. Like, the fact that it has voice acting is like, holy crap. That is like a step up above and beyond most visual novels, because I can't think of... I've played a lot of visual novels. I can't think of any visual novel that has done that besides, like, there's chord progressions that have him for, like, a hot second. But I think it's, like, it's only for, like, 1 or 2 lines. And then there's, like... At some point, I think... Neko Jishi added voice acting or voice acting pack. I don't think it's I was gonna say American. English. But then it's like... They do have Chinese voice acting. Yeah, Midnight Murders. It'd be kind of interesting to see how much they change it. If it's just going to be like, hey, we changed the ending, maybe changed some words a bit, made the sprites all bounty, and gave you a... Here's... a system of do you want to be flirty or something like that. And here's King what's his name? The God Emperor. Sometimes I kind of go back and forth when it comes to sprites doing this. You know, where they bounce up and down ever so slightly. The first time I've ever seen that was in, like, Amoris. And I don't know, it just kind of... Like, on the one hand, it gives him a little bit of life, but on the other hand, it feels a little bit... Would cheap be the right word? But I don't think I've ever seen any visual novel do the thing that, Okay, I guess there is some where, like, their mouths might flap or their eyes might blink, which is a bit nice. But, like, I don't think I've seen any game do what Sugar Lane does, where it's, like, maybe not all the characters, okay, not all characters, but, like, the main character and some... And, you know, the lady interest will, like, do a whole bunch of animation, like, they'll breathe, they'll blink, this, that, and the other thing. Grab hand. Oh, fuck. Like, I remember there's an achievement for going through the game without saving. Jesus Christ, how far does this go? Like, I know that there's, like... that you can play the game for free. No, we need a bang now. That's enough for now. I don't care. I know everything. Also, that Clace isn't our real name, I think. It's kind of funny that I'm like, I'm going to go very briefly over the course of the story, and then it's like, oh hey, here's pretty much the entire story. Okay, I'm gonna look at their, like, at the, thing, because it's like, okay, is there a thing that says how long this, like, the first 2 chapters? Aren't we supposed to be in chapter 2 right now? But yeah, we come to Terra, and they're like, hey, you're supposed to come with us because you're supposed to see the king. Also, we have to answer, you have to answer some questions because, you know, it's an immigration thing. Like, I do feel bad going, like, yeah, when it comes to this game, compared to other furry visual novel games, this one's, like, low on the list. Though, the music can be pretty banging at times. I guess, you know, I should, you know, do the ending thing here. Hey, back you, Conrad. It comment guys like, comment, you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise, if you like me, YouTube, and Lexi Crew, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow, and please remember to spay new animals to help control the pit population. And if you want to play this game, it is available free on Steam. Uh, I guess if you want me to check out other games on Steam that are free on Next Fest, then tell me. To the list. Why are you not wearing pants? No one has a shirt. So yeah, these guys are sad because Clace was moited. It's kind of funny, it's like, I don't think there's a reason why Clace needed to be murdered. No, wait, actually there is, now that I think about it. It's a silly reason, but still. I wonder what they're gonna do with the, whole... ends thing, because again, it's like, you get a point that, because you need points to get the ability to get to the good ending, you get a point by, instead of going to the maid cafe, you go to the arcade and talk to her about quantum physics or something like that. Oh, and here's them talking about religion and stuff. Because I think it's just kind of funny. It's like, yeah, Clace is murdered. That sucks. And she's like, yeah, it really sucks. And also, I'm dealing with, you know, the sadness in my own kind of way. And he's like, but you're going to be the new headliner and stuff like that. Do you think it's a scheme? Da, 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 da. And then he's going to be like, oh yeah, he's like, oh yes, let me tell you about the religion of Japan and how it came into existence. No, not Bobby. Oh, too bad I can't roll this back like it can in most visual novels, but it seem like, did they cut out that part where they're like, let me tell you about religion for no reason? And then these guys are scheming with each other. Oh no, can you trust the king? I don't know why he's like, and we'll sit on the throne. That has nothing to do with anything. Okay, there's the end of it. 25. Huh. Personally, I'm just kind of like, would I want to play this game? I mean, it doesn't have voice acting. Though the only thing I could really think of is that it's just that I'd be curious what changes. And also, this does the same thing Komorebi did, where it just leaves you on the screen, which I liked Komorebi. It was good. It was no Winds of Change. I've cried at Winds of Change so many times, but it's like the thing that, you know, I didn't initially catch at the end of Komorebi, but my friend told me, and it was like, I was like, it was basically that, like, at the end of Komorebi, it leaves so many fucking plot holes out. And it's like, oh, wow, it did. And, you know, you can end this thing, and I'll just talk about Komorebi for a hot minute. So, like, in Komorebi, the whole thing is, like, you live in Kent or something like that in a society where everything's, like, run and surveillance by a mega corporation or something like that. And you live with friends and stuff like that. And there's this, like, guy that's in charge of the resistance, kinda, and the resistance is basically, hey, we're gonna have a bunch of people who can't buy anything stand here and protest to try and get, like, let them back into society so that they can, like, work and eat and this and stuff. But, you know, people in society can't give them food, or else that might dock them points and stuff like that. And then there's this whole thing where it's like, the main character doesn't have choice in some of these things. They're just kind of forced to do it. And also the main character sees, like, shadow people and stuff like that. And at which point, and then there's like, maybe there's this thing where um, the mega corporation is using either like quantum physics or mind reading or something like that to see what people were doing at the time, or even from the future or something like that. And then there's like this whole thing about panopticon, and then the good guys give cell phones to like the you know people who couldn't buy stuff, so that all of them could be integrated back into society again, because like they all got shadow like accounts now. And the main characters flee into like a zero encampment, and then the game ends after everybody kind of gives each other hugs and talks. And it's like, um, okay, what was up with these like Men in Black shadow people thing going on, and the main character being mind controlled into reading the journal, and this kind of future, or maybe they're all collar thing going on. Like, it left so many plot lines that ended absolutely nowhere, unless the Clace is like going, and it's all going to be answered in the sequel that wasn't put on. It's like, the fuck happened? Like, it's a good game to play, but it's voice acted, so that makes it a hell of a lot easier. But it's also just like, um, it felt like it was a bit undercooked. Major minor. That's. I mean, I don't think there's any plot holes that's come to mind. It is kind of weird that it's like, yeah, there's somebody in charge of the whole planet, and for some reason it consists of a small group of people, kind of thing. But it's also just like, I don't know. It's just a bit silly. And also, I just never liked that thing where it's like, hey, the plot seems to be jumping back and forth and having people talking that just seems like it could be snipped out. I have grapes with other games like uh, Sileo, Tales of a New Dawn, where it's like, okay, you don't have to have the main character rethinks thoughts that they thought, and make this entire episode about like half of one thing. I'm sorry, it's a good game, but still, like, come on, can we speed this up a little? It's been over a year, and we're not even like finished with Tizer. There's several days left, which is kind of like, if it's like any other day in Sileo, it could be about several more months for those 3 days to go by. Anyways, I'm just rambling on. But yeah, I mean, Major Minor's free. You can check it out if you want. Though, now that I say that, a lot of furry visual novels are free. If you liked Winds of Change, you might check out Major Minor to be like, hey, it's something to give references to. Be like, oh, this is the thing about the sword. Oh, this is the thing about the, evil thingy that's a thing. Oh, this is who these, like, two guys that came out of nowhere at the very end of Winds of Change are about, even though I didn't initially recognize them. But then it's like, oh, these are those guys, kind of thing. It's like, ah. But, yeah. Until next time, another Steam Next Fest. Me, GamerWolfSix. Some other game. I got a couple on the docket that I downloaded today. Oh, Spirit of the North was something I did 2 days ago. I'm gonna try and do Builders of Egypt and The Stalked too. It kind of looks spooky. And, it's Halloween time, so it do be like that. Sometimes. And until next time, thanks, see you.